You still gotta let the dog in? Too bad.
Yeah,
We're
I still gotta
rolling,
let
man.
okay. Dog
You can let
suffer.
the dog in. I'm just kidding. I'm just
No,
kidding.
dog can suffer.
It's still
Snowing
recording,
outside.
but I think it's appropriate because what would be riffs with Chris without a few riffs? We can't be too prepared. We can't sit here and him and ha and plan, and we just gotta roll with it.
That is fair. That is fair.
You can go let the dog in though whenever you need to let the dog in. And I can hit pause.
I wanted to get set up here, but you're over here. You're all hot to trot, ready to make out.
I mean, might as well. When you know, right? When you know, and you just go after it, and you find the person you want to spend forever with. Oh, that is way better than I was thinking it was going to be.
I know for a fact you don't need any more sugar today.
If there's no sugar in this, total sugars 0 grams, Chris.
Is it diet?
Includes 0 added sugars. There's no sugary going on in this thing. Yeah, probably.
No sugar, just nuclear horse piss. I am going to let the dog in. Give me a second.
Okay, all right. You take your time.
Comes in, cat goes out.
You let your cat outside?
Oh, yeah, she murders things for me.
Does it come back in?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. Otherwise, it wouldn't have a cat.
Cat's a savage, dude. She kills everything.
Really? Like what? Like chipmunks and stuff? Squirrels?
She pulls blue jays out of the air.
Really?
She kills snakes. She kills mice.
Wow.
And then she gives them to the dog, and the dog just destroys.
Just eats them up? Does it come inside and then puke a bunch of like leftovers up, or what?
Not always. It has happened.
Do you hear something going on? Hello? Tess?
Hello?
There's like a...
On my end?
I don't know whose end it's on.
You might hear my wife walking around upstairs.
Hey. Who? I think I hear it when you talk. Hello.
Hello.
Is there an echo? Nah. Oh well. We can have Pac-Man in the background.
Should I hit echo cancellation, or is that going to ruin this whole thing?
I don't think it lets us do it mid-recording.
This can't be changed while recording.
Okay, answers that.
Yeah, there's the answer.
I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
Speaking of killing things, so a couple like last week, my neighbor was outside, and I heard him trying to take out a woodchuck, and I was like, "What?" Because I heard like a pop, and I was like, "What in the world?" And he's sitting out there with a pellet gun, and
a pellet gun that goes pop.
Yeah, and I was like, "Did you get him?" He's like, no, I didn't get him." You're not gonna turn me in, are you? I'm like, no, dude. If you're trying to shoot this thing, shoot it. Just get it over with. But anyway, I go over alongside of his shed where he's kind of showing me, and like there's this woodchuck dug a bunch of holes all alongside his shed, just digging the whole thing out, causing all kinds of savagery. Not savagery. What's the word I'm trying to think? All kinds of. It was just destroyed all the way around there. And so yesterday we're sitting out there, and he's like, we're just talking back and forth, talking about a landscaping project that we're trying to do in our yard, and he's like, oh, there it is, and it pokes its head up, and I was like, I've got a bow and arrow, I could probably get it. He's like, all right. I was like, I just be worried about shooting your shed. And he's like, well, I'm kind of to the point where I don't care if there's a hole in my shed, we could patch it up. I've been trying to get this thing all last summer and this summer. I was like, all right. So he goes inside, and
it's like dancing.
Yeah. so my wife's like, go get your bow. So I go in and get it, and I draw back, and I'm aiming at it, and she recorded the whole thing and pull back, stick it. I'm like, let's go. And all of a sudden he comes out the door, and he's wide-eyed. Did you get it? I'm like, yeah, dude, I got it. So I go over there and
first shot, dude, not bad.
Slaughtered it. It was pretty. It was pretty fun.
So I have a couple of similar stories with my bow.
Yeah.
I had a chipmunk, and he was on the steps to my porch, and he was just like, he's daring me. So I was like, whatever, whatever. I pull back, I sling it, just whiff right into the house. It goes between the stairs into the house. But it didn't leave. He was like, "That's what I thought, punk." So I was like, "Okay, two. Let's go 1 for 2." I draw back and I smoked it right in the head.
Nice.
The next time we have a real bad squirrel problem too, because my father-in-law has all this junk, like tents of junk, and squirrels and raccoons and all this stuff live in there. So there's squirrels running around outside. My wife just pulls the screen off of our master bedroom window. And I'm like, all right. 1, 2, 3. My
You're
daughter's all
sniping
excited.
them out your window?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fun, man. What a riot.
Yeah. Squirrels. They eat all the electrical out of your cars. They don't deserve life.
They really are pests. There are some that are just like, they're doing their own thing, but then you have some that really get into things, like those little red squirrels. My grandpa had the same issue. They were like literally chewing his shed, like eating it. And so we'd do the same thing. My cousin and I, we'd be hunting out in his backyard in our ground blind, and whenever time they'd pop up, we'd shoot one. And he shot one with a broadhead once, and it was just carnage. It was
field point.
Pretty gnarly. What's that?
I didn't want to waste a broadhead, so I just did the field points.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste a broadhead either on the woodchucks. We had this like claw thing.
Oh, the expandable ones?
No, so that one's, it was like supposed to be like a what am I call them? Like just like a little small game critter one.
Oh,
so that's like I don't know if like the dull point hit him first, and then there's a claw that kind of follows it. So it's almost like just a boom. But he was looking right up at me, and it hit him like right in the chest, and it punctured him. Like he wasn't alive very long. But it's one that I can just reuse. It's not like like a blade. It's more just like a impact kind of thing.
I'm still new to the whole bow hunting thing. When I smoked that small game, I was feeling pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard enough to shoot, a deer sometimes. Snipe a chipmunk and a squirrel.
I haven't seen any deer near me in a while. Well, down the road where the forest is, yeah, but by the house, we used to have this real big mama just kind of walking around. There were neighbors around the area that would just feed her. You're not supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what happened to her. She must have gotten got.
Yeah. Hit by a car or something.
Maybe.
Eating by a wild pack of coyotes. Or somebody that wanted to fill its freezer.
That time I heard it. That
That wonga 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 wonga.
Yeah, it's when you're talking.
Wonga 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 wonga. I don't hear it now.
No, it's like a wah, wah.
You sure?
But it's only when you
make cat outside.
Yeah, she's just out there getting plowed by all the other cats. Filthy little girl that she is.
More cats for Chris. Anybody wants more cats?
I got her. I am not Steve. I got that cat fixed as soon as I knew we were getting a cat.
Yeah, smart. All the little boy cats come to town and go, "Hey, what's up, buddy?"
Yeah, and they're all family too, probably. So that's pretty sweet.
There's some cats with like 5 eyes,
rocking on the porch, playing the banjo. Deliverance.
Come on up.
Smells like sister.
Icky.
Well,
yeah.
The animal kingdom's savage. It is what it is.
It is. It's very savage. It has its good and it has its bad. And that's out there. That's definitely out there. Probably the bad. More towards the bad. How'd the rest of work go today? Anything crazy happen?
Fine.
Yeah.
No, nothing crazy happened. I had probably 3 meals at work today, and I didn't feel good going home.
Yeah, I had 3 meals in one sitting, probably. with all the stuff we had. I very much appreciate it, but man,
Yeah, I
fill
don't
me
have any
up.
self-control.
Especially when it comes to pasta salad and brats. It's like the stereotypical kickoff summer meal.
Right. And even after it had gone cold, like I went back in. I went back in at like 3 o'clock. Let's
I
go.
probably would have done the same if I was still there. Yeah,
I
free
had like
food.
3 or 4 ice creams. It's gonna be ice cream. I have such
You
a
indulged.
problem. Oh, dude, I've
I
had
mean,
such a problem.
could be worse. How many of those do you think you drink a day? You a big water guy?
I used to drink 2. Now I'm closer
Really?
to like, yeah, now I'm closer to 1.5.
That's it. What is it?
Depends.
64?
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, I've got a bigger one. I need to get that puppy out again. I drink too many caffeine drinks. I don't actually know. I don't drink too many caffeine drinks. I just don't drink enough water. I need to have
Yeah,
more water intake.
I noticed that I drink less water if I bring coffee to work. So if I have my morning coffee at home, I'll have more water throughout the day because I'm not like
Hmm.
sipping on coffee from 8 until 11.
Does coffee like made in a pot? You obviously put water in it. Does coffee then make it not water, or are you still getting some kind of water intake with coffee? Does it count a little bit?
No, coffee
No.
makes it not water.
Say maybe I could switch. Never been
No,
never been a big coffee guy.
I never was either. I think that was kind of right before I left LA when I started switching over to coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been helpful to have coffee after I tapered off of like soda and energy drinks and all that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's still a diuretic, so it's not. It's dehydrating, not rehydrating.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they need to make. I'm sure there's a coffee out there that's hydration coffee.
Mushroom coffee.
Maybe.
I don't know. They say it's better for you, but it's probably a bunch of crap.
Mushroom coffee?
Mm-hmm.
It's all probably crap. They try to make energy drinks sound good for you with all the stuff that it's this and that. It's so great.
Anything with a label on it is just a warning of like stay
Yeah.
away from this product.
All right. It says all that. I'm like, I'll take 2, please.
Yeah. 2 for $5, slam it.
Let's go. Yeah. I wonder. I probably don't even actually need to stay awake. I don't know if it's just the fact of having like a cooler, like a cold carbonated beverage. I don't know if it's like a social thing or just having something to sip on. It's just not relaxing to me. But it's just it's. I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know if anybody listening can relate, but there's just something about drinking a nice cold carbonated beverage any time of the day that just hits me right.
That's beer.
I'm sure the caffeine helps a little bit, but what'd you say? That's annoying?
That's beer for me.
Oh, I thought you said that's really annoying. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. You're really annoying. You should quit talking in front of a camera.
All right, stay sharp, everybody. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, and I tried to transition to like seltzer water once, but it just tastes like fiery piss. I don't.
Oh yeah.
It's awful.
For those bubblies, yeah, like my family, my mom's side of the family, they drink bubblies. It's wherever at like a family function, it's like peach mango bubbly, and you're like, oh sweet. I crack it open and take a sip. I'm like, oof.
And it tastes like they walked by a peach tree and waft a little bit of it in there, and then seal it back up and ship it off.
That's it. Yeah.
Who thought of this? They should be shot.
Yeah. This is awful. Yeah, some guy ate a peach and then like swished carbonated water around in his mouth and spit it back in. Like that's the flavor. Yeah, you're just like, yeah, blew on it. Ugh.
Seal it up.
Ish. Let's make millions. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. There's not I don't. Is it LaCroix? It might be LaCroix. Those are decent. There's some flavors that are decent. They're a little bit more sweet. I'm a fan of sweetness.
Mm.
Is it LaCroix?
It's not.
I don't.
Unless they
It might
change,
not
because
be.
LaCroix is awful.
Yeah, I feel like LaCroix might be awful. I don't remember what it is. I'd have to look. But it's not Bubblies. Those Bubblies are, yeah. But there is one that has a couple different flavors that's actually pretty good. Or those like ice. Those like those slender, tall, like those bottles. And then they're like called ice. And there's like orange and like a cranberry. They're supposed to be caffeine free, but they're carbonated.
I don't know what you're talking about. Never heard of it.
You just got really sad all of a sudden. I'm pretty sure they're called ice.
You might be
I'm
right.
not trying to offend anybody on here or stir up any. Hold on. Ice drink. Yeah. Sparkling ice.
Like
Yeah.
Smirnoff Ice?
No. Like these.
You strike me as a Smirnoff Ice kind of guy. Oh, yeah, my mother-in-law drinks those.
Yeah. I'm not a Smirnoff guy. I don't think I've ever had one, but there is one currently in my mini fridge. I think somebody tried to give it to me, and I was like, nah.
We used to use them as punishments at the old house.
Yeah.
So I used to live with a bunch of guys. It was straight, basically a frat house.
Mm-hmm.
We'd buy a bunch of Smirnoff Ices and we'd hide them throughout the house. And if you came across an ice unwillingly, you'd have to get down on one knee and pound it.
I've heard of that as well.
It's good
If you, or
times.
somebody brings it to you, or like they surprise you, they ice you or whatever, and then you gotta chug it.
Oh, yeah. I don't miss
What do they taste like?
They're really sweet.
Oh, really?
They're basically just alcoholic sodas. And you can
People
get
just
them
say
in
you
like
miss those days.
22
Sorry,
ounces.
continue. 22, yeah.
You can get them in 22 ounces. Some of them are,
Big
I think,
bottles.
12, like a regular old bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Remember my buddy, he put one in a windowsill once, so it was baking in the sun all day long. My other buddy comes across it and he's like, "It's so warm. It's hot. Get on your knee, you pansy." Drink
Ick.
Yeah, we used to do really terrible things to each other. I don't know why I still have friends.
I feel like I understand you a little bit better now.
Oh, dude. It was all the time, and I wasn't even the worst. And you're always having to watch your back.
So you just automatically enter a room and do something because you knew if you don't do it first, somebody else is going to get you.
You gotta bring the big personality.
Yeah, explains why you gave me a wet willy today and then made me eat it as well right after.
It was a dry willy. Willy.
Okay.
But yes,
it was a dry.
I then put it in your mouth.
Jeremy comes in. Did he really do that? I'm like, yeah, he did. You don't know where his hands have been. I would go wash your mouth if I were you. I'm like, well, it's been a few hours, so we'll be all right.
I'm helping you build your immunities. It's fine.
You are. You came in, and I was just like, he's just gonna do whatever he's gonna do, and we'll just be on our way. And then all of a sudden, it's like ear, mouth. I'm like, oh, that's a new one.
Today I chose violence.
Sometimes it's the answer, respectfully. It was one of my friends. Shout out my friend who used to say that. It was she'd say violence is always the answer. You know, you say people say violence is never the answer, but she said it always was, respectfully, with emphasis, respectfully. I don't know what that meant, but it kind of made sense a little bit.
Respectful violence. It's always the answer.
Yeah. Well, now that we're 20 minutes in of Riffs with Chris, the topic for today is distractions.
Oh. So just my life, just one big distraction.
Just one big rabbit trail is just, squirrel, I'm going to shoot it. Yeah, full circle. But, no, I was just kind of, you got to love those. But yeah, I was just going to hop on and do an episode tonight, just kind of by myself and kind of some stuff that I've been kind of thinking about. And I was like, no, I'd prefer to have somebody to, chat it over with to get a second opinion. And I think more can be accomplished that way, and I can learn a little bit more from it as well. So I appreciate you taking the time to come on short notice. I literally messaged you, like 4 or 5 hours ago, and you're like, yeah, dog, let's do it. So
yeah, that's kind of
appreciate it. Yeah, well, and it's also a cool opportunity for us to kind of just hang out and chat for a little bit because we don't. I feel like it's been a while since we've been able to do that. So,
Yeah.
kill two birds with one stone. Kill two squirrels with one arrow. Call back again. But yeah, just distractions. And the other day I brought Kate into the park, and Court was with me, and we were hanging out with him. It's the first time he'd ever been there, and he was so excited. It was cool to watch him walk around and try to walk through all the mulch or whatever, the wood chips that are at that park. And he wanted to climb on the slide and go down the swing, or go on the swing and climb up and go down the slide. I didn't do it. I didn't let him go by himself, obviously, but sat in my lap. We went down like a bunch of times, and he was just so stoked to be there, and he was having a blast. And I noticed that another dad had come, and his kiddo was probably, I'd say, 3 to 4. And he had like a Pokemon jacket on and a little Pokemon hat that had his eyes covered pretty much. And he was like, "Hi!" Like, just super excited, super friendly. But his dad, sat on the bench and just buried his face in his phone pretty much the entire time we were there. And this little kid was running around like, "Daddy, watch me!" And disclaimer, I don't know what that guy had going on in his life. He could have just been, going through something really, really awful. So I don't know his situation. I'm not trying to judge him. But based off of my perspective and my experience in that situation, it kind of put me in the shoes of I don't ever want to miss, a moment like that. Like where I was spending time with Caden and having so much fun with him. And this little kid is seeking this validation or this attention from his dad to watch him go down the slide and play with him to the point where he's looking at us and saying, "Hey, watch me," to some complete stranger. And to be honest, I probably could have swooped him up and took him home, and the guy wouldn't have even noticed, which also kind of scares me. But it's just like it kind of got me thinking. What areas of my life am I also buried in my phone, per se, to where I'm missing out on different things that are going on in my life. There's a very special moment that I'm spending with my son and with my wife, and this guy is so buried in his phone that he can't see the beauty of the moment and spend time with this little kiddo that's just craving his attention. And I don't know. It kind of can be like a number of different things where if I'm anxious, I'm angry about something, envious, maybe there's jealousy, bitterness, fear, self-doubt, maybe minor inconveniences of life or different adversities that we go through. We might be bitter about something, and I kind of talked about like the impact program that we're really trying to work and get back up and running. And after putting some more work into it, like there may be some people that really don't agree with it, or maybe they're just looking at the extra work that it creates them and stuff to the point where they don't see the beauty of the program and what we're kind of trying to do with it. So it can be a little frustrating, but you also think about what other areas of my life where I'm if I had a bad day at work and I come home, I'm so focused about how I did something incorrectly or how I was a failure or how maybe I let somebody down to the point where it's blinding me from other opportunities or other things that I could be missing. Does that kind of make sense? Does any of that resonate with you?
I mean, back to the guy at the park. I've been that guy. Not on my phone, but with a book. Same thing. Early on here in Minnesota, I took Evie to the park, and I usually pay pretty close attention, but I was just like really in this book for whatever reason. And so we're at the park. I was like, "Yeah, go play. There's tons of kids. Go play with the kids. You know what to do. If someone tries to grab you, scream. I'll be there." Okay. And then she's like socializing with the adults instead of the kids, and I hear the adults going, "Where's your person?" I'm like, no book.
That's me.
Go scoop up the kid being called to action right now. But like, I got, maybe it wasn't the entire trip park, but it was 10-15 minutes before I heard that. I was like, okay, let's try to be better. So no judgment on my part for that guy. Like, I've been there, right? We don't know what he had going on, but
right. And that's why I wanted to start with that disclaimer. And he eventually like noticed and was like paying attention to the kid. And like I said, who knows what he had going on. And I think we all need a break. We all need a spot or something that we can do to recharge and kind of say, okay, I need to take a step away and be intentional with, I am taking a break right now, so it is okay for me to miss out on whatever else I'm going to miss out on because I need to stay home. Like, my kiddo was sick this weekend, and so we missed out on a family birthday party for my grandma and my brother, and one of my other brothers was kind of upset and bummed that we weren't there, and he's like, "You guys need to just come," and I'm like, we can't, dude. You know, my kiddo's sick. It just is what it is, and so we're gonna miss out on some things. But you know, if I'm intentional about sitting down with that book, or I'm intentional with I'm gonna go sit down and you know scroll on my phone for a little bit, I think that's fine. Like we all need that outlet. We all need that break. But it just made me wonder, you know, what are other areas of my life where I'm not being intentional with it, and you know these things are consuming me and making me miss, you know, a learning opportunity or miss an opportunity to be, I guess, grateful for where I'm at.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we obviously have access to a plethora of distractions now, but we're also like really hard on ourselves. Like people like you and me are really hard on ourselves because we hyper focus on the fact that I just scrolled on my phone for 20 minutes. I could have been doing X, Y, and Z with the kid, with whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
we, as a country, for the most part, have kind of forgotten how to relax and unwind and be okay with the fact that you're relaxing and unwinding, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
my daughter's a lot. She wants my attention all the time, and that's my fault for not giving her a sibling her age, right? She's got her older brother, but he's 22 now, so like
Mm-hmm.
he's off doing his thing. He's an adult, and she's the only kid. She needs someone to for that satisfaction. So when I get her involved in sports or whatever, she can go be with kids and get that through them. It's not all about me, but like I feel
Mm-hmm.
bad when it's like I just am exhausted and I want to do things just for me. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad
Right.
about doing that, and I don't think we give each other or ourselves mostly enough grace to just, yeah, that's fine. Go downstairs, read your book. Go downstairs, do whatever. Play
Mm-hmm.
music, whatever. And
Right.
she can spend time on her own too. Like, we're not teaching
Mm-hmm.
them how to spend time on their own so
Right.
much.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, we instead introduce like mini getaways while we're sitting on the couch with the kid doing they're doing whatever and we're kind of there and
Mm-hmm.
we're escaping by being on the phone,
Right.
which is worse. You're way better off. Okay, dad's gonna have dad time. I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna be rested, and I'm gonna be ready to go.
Mm.
I think I need to be more intentional with doing stuff like that, just
Right.
because I never ever feel better after scrolling on the phone, ever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And my temper is short, and I get snappy because I get absorbed into watching some stupid video and she interrupts that. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing. Hey dad, come back to me, right? And then I have the audacity to snap at her because she interrupted that whatever was plugging dopamine into my brain,
Mm-hmm.
and like I should be focusing on that.
Right.
So I
Right.
don't know. Or when I'm trying to figure out how to do something, right? I'm trying to build something and I'm in the middle of it. I'm frustrated and I'm trying to watch a video on it. And she's like, I want to help. And I'm like, no, you make things so much worse.
Right.
You make this so much more
Go over
difficult.
there.
Yeah. But then
It's
she,
funny.
in turn, doesn't learn to do that for herself if I
Right.
don't take a step back and let her be a part
Mm-hmm.
of it.
Yeah. That's a good balance. My wife, it was funny. My wife the other day, we're driving, and I think Caden stayed home from daycare or something. We were going somewhere, and she's like, "Do you think he prefers to be with us and spend time with us over going to daycare?" And I was like, um, you know, maybe. I'm sure there's a security blanket for him where he prefers to be with us and spend a lot of time with us. But then I got thinking, like, there's a point where you know him being with us is the best thing for him and it's great, and then all of a sudden there comes a point where it's time to, okay, now it shifts to where you know being with other people or having him be able to branch off and do his own thing and be comfortable with it is important. You
Right.
okay?
Can you hear that? My
What is it?
dehumidifier?
Not really.
Oh, mm,
I don't know why I'm
sure.
listening to my mic. I'll put my ear to my microphone.
I'm going to turn that
I
off.
heard
It's
it.
real loud on my end.
Okay. Yeah, and I got thinking too about you had mentioned like 20 minutes on your phone. You could sit there and all of a sudden 20 minutes goes by, and I did some math that was kind of scary, but it helped kind of put things into perspective. I think I was being gracious by saying I spend, let's say you spend an hour a day on your phone for 30 years. Obviously, I haven't had a phone for all the 30 years of my life, but an hour a day for 30 years, I did the math. It ended up being like 10,000 some hours, and that ended up being 456 days. So out of those 30 years of your life, that's over what, a year, almost a year and a half of just being on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to like direct this into like a conversation strictly on like your phone is the devil. But it got me thinking on the same line of distractions. If you spend an hour a day being upset or anxious or maybe jealous of somebody else, or maybe you're bitter towards something, or maybe you're afraid to take the next step of or whatever that may be in your life, or you have some self-doubt, or there's an inconvenience, maybe you get cut off in traffic and you get all upset about it or something, like that hour of your day equals out to be over 30 years, almost a year and a half of your time that is focused on one of those things: anger, envy, anxiety, jealousy, fear, bitterness, self-doubt, adversity, inconvenience, whatever that may be. So just put things all into perspective again. It's like, well, what am I missing out on by being so bitter? Like, say I'm late for work. It's been I've only been late to work once in the 3 years that I've been working at the jail. But that one time, it's like, oh crap, I'm gonna be late. I let my team down. You get these thoughts in your head, and all of a sudden it starts to just steamroll and it keeps going. So then you get to work and you're like, oh shoot, I'm late. Well, now I'm behind on this. Okay, gotta get caught up with this, and then you're just playing catch up the rest of the day. And all these bad things are happening because you're so focused on them. You're focused on the negativity of things rather than trying to break that cycle and find the positive in something. And all of a sudden you're missing out on all these different opportunities of good things that you could be missing out on because you're so focused on the distraction. Your eyes are so focused on the distraction. And it reminded me of a story that I told a while back. I think it was at the graduating class of skills when I was giving a speech. I talked about I was driving home one day and there was this bird on the side of the road, and it was just this little bird. And I could see it trying to run across the road as I'm approaching quickly in my car, about to just smoke it. And it's just like ding, 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 across the road as fast as it can, and I see like it just made it. And I was like, holy smokes, almost destroyed that thing. And it got me thinking, like, well, why didn't it just fly away? Like, and I think it kind of ties in with this. It was just so distracted by the fact that it was trying to cross the road and there was a car coming. Maybe that panic ensued. Maybe it's like, I'm not fast enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not going to make it across, as its little legs are pulling it as fast as it can. And it never gave up. I'll give the bird credit. However, it got so distracted that it forgot that it's capable of flight. Like, it forgot everything that it had done in the past. It forgot what it is capable of. And so it just tried to run across the road. So it just makes me think, what areas of my life am I trying to sprint as fast as I can across this road when I know that I'm capable of flying, or like I'm capable of having optimism, I'm capable of overcoming these different things in my life, whether it's the adversity or, looking at somebody's Instagram and being jealous of them or wanting what they have. And it's like, dude, you go home and you spread your wings, you're able to fly with your family, you're able to fly in the home that you have, like, to be grateful for what you have. Like, work might not be going the greatest right now, like, or whatever situation you're in, you're like, man, this kind of sucks. But it's like, what other areas do I have to fly in when things aren't going my way? Like when Impact got shut down, like that, it was really tough. I was like, man, I felt like I lost a sense of my purpose. I felt like there was just a deflation in my sales. And so I kind of had to look elsewhere of different things that I was involved in at work. It's like, I don't have this right now, but what other thing can I be excited about to kind of bring that purpose back in and rejuvenate me? So it's like, what are distractions that I can look away from to help rejuvenate myself in other areas of my life and not let this keep me down, keep me from being a bum.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me too. Especially you bring up like when Impact got kicked right in the short and curlies. It felt like it kicked me, like it was a mule kick to my chest, like I had failed, and I still feel that way. I can't shake that feeling. And you constantly get the questions of when are we going to get this up and running, and admin's like, we got to get this up and running. This is the priority, and you're thinking, well, it was until it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
like I just don't feel like I've got the backup to get it back to its former glory, because we're constantly fighting to make it a thing. And at some point, I just got to be okay with that. I got to be okay with the fact that the program will live on in some form, but it's just never going to be what it was again,
Mm-hmm.
unless we get our numbers up or more buy-in from people that matter.
Right.
Um, so it's like, uh, I think I spiraled even further when I could feel your disappointment.
Yeah.
Like you were my shining star that was keeping me from drowning myself in the ocean, just taking a trip out, not coming back. And
Mm-hmm.
then you had your own stuff going on too, right? You were on nights for a bit there, and that was kicking you in the in the no
Eat
no
stuff.
square.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like it the forces were against me, and
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get it going. I still don't want to say that it's going because you just whisper it and it'll vanish away again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there is still hope there for that. Um, Galen hit me up the other day and like kind of poured his heart out to me about the program and what it means to him and ideas that he has. And I was like, I had no idea. I thought that this
Mm-hmm.
was, people looked at it as like, this is Chris's program and it's on him to make sure that it's doing its thing. And I'm like, but it requires so many people beyond me. It's not my program, and I can't drag people into it that don't want to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if the three of us got together, um, my house for a barbecue and just kind of
Mm-hmm.
start round tabling ideas, start small with our little group, and then build back up to bigger. We could
Mm-hmm.
get that up and running bigger and better than other ever, but we're trying to jump headlong into what it was, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not what it is anymore. So we have to be okay with starting small again,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe not involving all of the voices of all of the strong opinions that want nothing to do with its success.
Right.
Because you
The
mentioned,
distractions.
yeah, the distractions. You mentioned how people are complaining about the extra work. Well, it's like your unit only has 30 people in it. I think Echo only has 10 or had
Mm-hmm.
10.
Right.
Like occasionally, the ice thing is a thing, and there's a lot of bookings and releases. I get that. That's stressful, especially for people who have never like experienced what the jail was. Like we used to get a lot of bookings and releases, and all we had was booking and Bravo, like a Bravo Charlie, not Bravo and Charlie. You had Bravo Charlie,
Right.
two guys in booking, and if your partner sucked, your day was gonna be rough. It's what it is, man.
Straight up screwed.
Yeah, your day was gonna suck if you didn't work well with your partner and you were the Bravo Charlie officer. You were in for those rounds, and you'd come out and you were going back in for the rounds because they were asking
Mm-hmm.
you for things every time you're going in there.
Right.
And if you were the booking officer and you had a crappy Bravo Charlie officer, you weren't getting any help with your bookings or your releases, and you would just
Mm-hmm.
drown.
Right.
And you would stockpile guys in group holding, and when night shift comes on, you'd be like, "Sorry, bro, got as far as I could, man."
Right.
And then they're like, "Oh, you're a turd. You didn't get the work done." And that's
And then you go home thinking you're a turd.
yeah. I mean, I like to think that most of us don't want to create more work for our partners,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Right.
if anybody's anything like me and you go home and you realize that you left five guys that still need to be booked in, you feel like a real piece of crap. And
Mm-hmm.
you think about it all night long. And then it's the distraction. It takes away from family time. And then you're not pleasant to be around when you're at home. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anything that I come up with at the jail, like any kind of program, whether it's impact or whatever, to cause people that kind of emotional strife at home. And shame on them for dwelling on it if they're allowing it to dig and dig and dig. Like,
Right.
I can't do the work for you, but
Mm-hmm.
I really do try to think of the angles and be minimally invasive on your day if I can help
Right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Right.
was a fun tangent.
Oh, it's
Sorry.
because you're the riffs with Chris, everybody. No, and it's so true. I mean, it is it is right along with those distractions. Like you take home work and it causes you to be kind of a shell of who you are. And for myself, what I like to do, it kind of makes it well. I still do it right now. It's kind of more difficult in wintertime, but as it gets warmer out, as soon as I leave,
Do you see that thing floating around? Or is that just me?
no, I saw your reaction. I was like, "What are you doing?" Like you just
There's the
whiffed
thing
something that just.
like there. You see that? Oh,
Is it a ghost?
maybe.
Oh, it was like ghosts.
Ghosts
Little
of
balls of
Impact
light.
Past.
Maybe we need to have like a Scrooge intervention. Go to the future, past, present. No, but when I do leave the jail, one of the first things I do is as I walk out, big breath in, blow it all out, and I go to my car and I take my vest off, I take my belt off, and I immediately become no longer CO, and that's the beginning of me. Like I try to visually do something to remind myself that I'm no longer what happened at work today. I don't know if you've ever done anything like that or if you do anything like that to kind of snap out of it.
So not so much here. I live too close to work, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a bad thing. I used to have an hour and a half commute if I didn't hit traffic. So no matter how terrible my day was, and we were all expected to keep everything in our lockers. You never, they called, like, you don't fly the flag. You don't have your uniform visible anywhere in your vehicle because it makes you a target. If you were
Yeah.
taking uniforms home to be washed, they were in a black garment bag.
Mm-hmm.
So everything gets, like, you get off, you change out at work, everything goes in the locker, you close the door, and that starts the process of I am no longer an officer. Then it takes me an hour and a half to get home, and if I haven't worked out the kind of terrible things I dealt with throughout my day in an hour and a half, I wasn't going to without therapy. So
Mm-hmm.
by the time I got home, usually I was pretty good. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have that here. It's like you're not going to drive extra and burn gas just cause. Like, I know I'm going to go
You.
home. I'm going to go get my kid, and I'm going to go home, and then I'm going
Yeah.
to be pissed off because there's road construction everywhere, and they're putting freaking traffic circles all over the world, and they're stupid, and I hate them, and I hope they get bombed. Like, who?
No more roundabouts.
Like, our local politicians are a bunch of retards. I Roundabouts, dumb. And you're just gonna let them get taken over by weeds too. They're an eyesore. Like, they're not nice. Most of them aren't nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's one kind of over by the skating rink that has like wood chips and plants, and it's taken care of. It's one
Yeah.
of the 57 that they're putting in that they'll take care of. It's not even the newer one. It's one of the older ones.
Pretty soon they'll be like those. This portion of the highway is cleaned up by the whatever society. Like it'll be like this roundabout is maintained by Chris Seiko.
It's just a picture of me. You know that picture that's like it's a sticker on the back of usually a Chevy. I don't know why, but it's the kid who's got his pants down and he's like pissing on whatever. Like either it's the Ford emblem or the Chevy emblem,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be peeing on
Roundabout.
whatever the politician is.
From your
Kids.
roundabout.
Just peeing on roundabouts, but man, mine's gonna be a good looking roundabout.
You got Maybe that's the mentality. You go home, man. If I had a roundabout, shoot, it'd be the best looking roundabout in town.
If I wasn't worried about like playing Frogger and like trying to run across the street with my weed eater and not die, just run over there.
There was Chris.
Just try to get it all whacked down. Or just like
That's funny.
start randomly planting vegetables and all these things. Like, come get your tomatoes, boys.
It's got a tiller going over the roundabout.
I have one.
I
I can
believe
just
it.
drag
Man.
it up there.
Get
It's
it
heavy
up there.
though.
Yeah.
It's heavy and it
Oh,
moves
yeah.
slow. So back to the Frogger conversation where I get run over by a semi.
Yeah. I'm sure we could figure it out. Like a row of crops, like corn. Is this corn going up there?
I mean, if they can stop traffic to make the traffic circles, I can stop traffic to maintain it, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's fair.
That's fair. That's valid.
Or, I mean, like what I'd really like to do is get the STS crew back up and running, and I could just bring the guys out. Hey, all of these look terrible. I hate them. We're going to change that today. Right? We're going to hit these 3 traffic circles today, and tomorrow we're going to hit those 3, and by the end of the month we'll be all the way through and we'll be starting over. But we're going to make this town look good again because nobody cares.
Something. What is it? Make this town MTTLGA. MTTLGA.
Make make traffic circles not suck again.
We'll get merch going. That'd be great. Get a big flag. Start a movement. Start a club.
Really, I just rent a
like CLC
jackhammer and let them just destroy them.
There you go. Abolish them. You can protest traffic circles.
I guess we gotta hashtag bring back traffic lights. Like, come on.
Like a picture of a sad stop sign. Like, we want to bring him back. The octagon's left out. Good time.
Speaking of distractions.
Yeah, no kidding. This is the epitome. Epitome?
This is what it's like to hang out with me.
And it's good fun. You get distracted from your distractions. I am distracted from my distractions right now. You're a healthy distraction.
Hmm.
All right? What are you sipping on that? You said that was water, but...
It is water. I just almost choked on it. Remember when I almost dumped this thing on Ron? That was hilarious. Why is the cap not on?
What are you doing?
Because I wanted easy access. It's water.
Well, duh. Yeah, you weren't expecting it to jump on his lap either.
It barely grazed him. He's fine.
He did overreact a little bit.
I really wish it would have been milk, though.
Oh, that would have been funny.
That would have made my day.
He would have been like, what? That would have been the talk of the town. He would have never let that down.
No.
Had to be there. You had to be there. You just had to be there. Yeah, dog. But I don't know. Maybe there's you said there's kind of like that decompress process after work. Maybe there's one we both need to find that we can kind of hold each other accountable on it, and maybe there could be something that we kind of snap out of it to kind of bring ourselves back to reality when we do kind of get in
gravity.
Yeah, M&M. We just have a couple M&Ms. Just more candy.
Sugar.
What was the? Yeah, because you'd mentioned that quote on your desktop about you don't sit there and negotiate with your what is it? Don't sit
there and negotiate with your mind. I forget the guy's name. I could look him up, but he's like one of the known Shaolin monks. He does TED Talks. I wonder if it'll just come up. That's not him. Fighting in the octagon. This is going down a weird rabbit hole. TED Talk.
Octagons again. Okay, stop signs.
Master Shi Heng Yi. I probably just destroyed that name. But he puts on
pronouns.
You making up pronouns again, boy? Get out of here.
Yang Shi He.
Shi Heng Yi.
Okay, all right.
Bailey will put it up on the screen.
We'll do that in post. Yeah.
No, he does a number of TED Talks. And where that comes from is like so much of our stress comes from sitting there and thinking about all the terrible things that can happen, and so much of it doesn't ever come to pass. But you're sitting there and you're negotiating and you're having arguments with people in your mind that never come to pass. Or you're reliving an argument that you had about how you wish it would have gone, but there's no going back and changing that argument. You can't take back the things that you said. You can't change the things that you said to make them sting more, because that's kind of what I do. So that's what that is. Like, you don't sit there in your head thinking about all the ways you would have done those things differently. And don't sit there and think about this meeting or this conversation that's going to happen a week from now. Just stand up, shake it off, and get to it.
I like that. It reminds me of another one that I've said it a couple times on here before, but it's, you can't operate in a manner that is inconsistent with the way that the way you view yourself. And I think that's applicable to what you're saying there as well, because I can't go do something great. I can't go act on this, and I can't go forward, move forward, advance with my career, with the day, with the moment, whatever it is, if I can't get over myself. If I can't, get out of my own head and get out of my own way. I can't operate in a way that is forward thinking when I'm stuck sitting here thinking on the negative things, and I'm thinking, backward thinking. I'm being distracted by all this other crap that's going on in my head. It's telling me I'm not enough. That's saying, you can't do this, or that really sucked. You were a loser in this aspect of your life, or you came home and you were a failure of a father because you did this or that, or you're an awful husband because of this or that, and you start negotiating with your mind, like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. Oh man, it's like, just no. All right, there's the door. I'm gonna walk out. You distraction. You stinking thinking. You stay here. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna advance. Like, I'm not gonna negotiate with you. You sit down. And I'm gonna go be me, I'm the best one at it. Nobody else can be me. I'm going out there.
At least you have that voice that goes, no, I'm not, with the voice that goes, yes, you are. Because for me, it's just, you're a piece of garbage. Yeah, you're right. And then you start to go down that rabbit hole. And that's one thing I preach and impact the most with the guys, because it's like, look, if you would not be my friend. Well, not that they can be anyway. They're inmates. They can't be my friend. But you would not be my friend if I spoke to you the way that I speak to me. Right? The terrible things that I say to myself in my head as I negotiate with my mind, that's a real hard habit to break. And it becomes kind of an addiction. It becomes a habit, and that habit it's difficult to get away from.
It absolutely is. And it reminds me of the beginning of the conversation of that guy sitting on the bench looking at his phone. And again, nothing about that guy. Like, he was just doing his thing. I don't know anything about him. But I see this picture of myself even sitting there thinking that I'm not worthy of spending time with that child. I'm not adequate. I'm not good enough to be out there soaking up the moment and having the best time of my life with my son. Like, I deserve to be sitting on the bench looking at my phone and being a POS. Like, those are sometimes the thoughts that come in my mind, and that little kid who's desperate for his dad, like, Dad, watch me. And I'm just like, all right, well, like, those are the thoughts, those are the distractions, those are the things that are keeping me from experiencing those moments. And thank God, it's a battle to overcome them. And I've been able to kind of crawl my way out of some of those thoughts, but of like, just self, just thinking that I'm not, I have to earn everybody's. Well, I mean, you do have to earn everybody's respect, but I have to always earn my spot. I always have to fit in. I always have to this or that. Like, I have to earn the position to be able to be happy and have my son want my attention. And I don't want that. I don't want to live like that. And I don't think anybody ever does. But like, that's me trying to stand up and say, no, I'm gonna get off my phone. I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna go enjoy this moment with my son, because it's a beautiful moment, and I've earned it. I've worked hard for it. I'm not going to say I deserve it because I don't deserve anything. Like I I had to go out and earn it, but it just puts that mental picture in my mind. Like, what areas of my life am I being that, and what am I missing out on because of that mentality, that mindset? It's tough. It's very tough.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time here battling with that. And it put a divide between me and my wife. And we're on a much better page now, so she sees when I start to spiral down that rabbit hole, and she tries to check me when she can. But the one thing that works the best is my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
because she's still in a point in her life where everything's exciting. She's nothing but a ball of happiness, unless she's tired. But
Right.
like you could see that coming a mile away,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll just like in your face, "Daddy, look at this awesome thing," and it's like, "Oh right." Or she'll do this super awesome thing that I taught her, and she'll dig in her belly button and go, "Smell."
And you're just like,
My wife does not like
yeah.
that. Wife does not like that one bit.
Oh, I love that.
Dig, dig, dig. Smell.
Uh,
So I'm fortunate to have that, and I'll hold on to it for
mm-hmm.
as long as I can. But yeah, I lose a lot of those moments to the distractions,
Mm-hmm.
and it's tough. And it really just boils down to got to leave the phone somewhere else. But oftentimes the phone's not the distraction either. I'll come home, sit down on the chair, and I'll stare at the wall. The wall is the distraction, the thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Right. And this phone that I'm talking about is a metaphor. It
Mhm.
can physically be the phone, but I'm thinking of like, okay, what area is this distraction? Like it doesn't literally have to be a phone, but like you said, the walls or like just my thinking is distracting me from being who I'm called to be.
Yeah,
It's
and I
all
don't
a
I don't know
battle
how to
between
get
the
away
ears.
from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how to get away from that other than being really conscious of the fact that it's happening, but
Mm-hmm.
then also being gentle enough with yourself to be like, hey, remember, this isn't a thing that makes us feel good. You're not a piece
Right.
of shit, but you should
Right.
stop doing that because it makes you feel like one. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you
Right.
know,
Mm-hmm.
because,
Yeah.
I just get that, you're garbage and you've been staring at this thing for half an hour. Oh, another half an hour is gone. Or
Mm-hmm.
you're so angry for no reason. What is going on? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's the job, bro.
Right. Well, from now on, when you start feeling that way, I want you to imagine me digging in my belly button.
I'll just come into work and give you the finger. Be like, that's because I was
Right
thinking of you
away.
last night.
It's like smelling salts. We'll both start our day with, okay, here we go. Whoa, all right.
I'm ready to live.
Let's go. Hit me with it, Chris. I love it. Yeah. Man, this was a good one. It got real deep. It got a little goofy. It got a little rabbit traily, but that's what I love about conversations with you, man. Like it can be, we could be laughing, and then the next moment we're getting real deep and we're talking about something, and I think all of them revolve around growth. Even if there isn't any active growing, or maybe it's just getting it out there and kind of just talking about it and having a moment to journal. I like to call these just kind of like journaling
Yeah.
sessions. I don't actually write anything down, but just getting words out. Like it just also helps me feel like I'm not alone, and I hope vice versa. And for anybody listening to this, going, huh, this is relatable. I've felt this way before. Whether you're a mom, a dad, a friend, a brother. Maybe you work in the office. Maybe you work at Target. Maybe you work, for the Minnesota Twins. I don't know. That's just you get, just a variety of different jobs out there. But we're all human, and we all have our battles and things we go with or go through. But all that to say, you're not alone. And it's encouraging to know that I'm not alone either, and that we're all kind of battling this. But I think the key word in that is battling. Like we are still battling. Everything that we've faced so far, we are still victorious over all of it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. So, and if that person is watching this or listening to this, I encourage you to reach out. I know Chris and I have talked about this before on the show about mental health and about people giving up or thinking that there's no other options. Like, if you're that person, please reach out to, whether it's to me or if you know Chris, reach out to him, or just talk to somebody. Get some kind of resource. Just get it out there. I think that's half the battle, is just being open about it and getting it out there, saying that you need help. That's not a weakness. I think it's a strength when you're when you're saying that you're in that position and you want to reach out and help or get help. Because there is always a better day. I've said it before. The sun will go down tonight. It's going down right now, and it's going to rise again tomorrow with fresh opportunities and fresh sunshine for us and brand new beginnings. So hopefully, whoever's listening to this can be encouraged by that and be encouraged by our conversation, however silly and /serious /riffy it was. It's always a good time. But anything else you want to add, my friend, before we wrap it up here?
No, I think we're good on the topic of that last bit. Those are fleeting thoughts. You can work through them. Just reach out to anybody. And it's been a blast, dude, as always.
Mm-hmm. We'll do it again too. This isn't the end. There's many riffs. Many riffs with Chris in the future. I wish you guys could see his screen name here too. It's hilarious. It's always something new. I'm looking forward to the next one.
We're just gonna keep building on, make it more and more atrocious.
Just a bunch of adjectives and
you just can't take it anymore.
It's so funny too. Like when I'm recording it, like it's like the AI in this app is really sweet. So it like generates, like transcribes everything, or like gives me like a like a description or things that I could post or whatever. And it's like, on today's episode, Bailey and Bleep talked about this and that, and it's just like, oh man,
can't use that.
Okay, so, yeah. I mean, it could be way worse. I mean, it's funny. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. No, I don't.
If you want to know, reach out and you can find out what Chris's screen name is, but only if you reach out to me.
It's like an Easter egg.
Via Instagram page. Or comment, comment on the YouTube, channel or the Spotify, yada yada, and I'll let you know what it is. You can be in on the joke and the fun with us. All right.
If you guess it, you'll win a gift card from Bailey.
Yes, to the Iron Purpose shop, where I've got new merch. I actually do have some new merch coming out. I'm pretty excited about it. I have 2 hats. One hat's coming. And then I have another one that's kind of a prototype that I only have 2, and I gave them out. So we'll see if it gets some traction on it. But a lot of cool things coming. It's gonna be a good summer of Iron Purpose. So stick around. Subscribe to the channel. If you have questions, if you want to come on to the show, please reach out. I would love to have anybody on to talk about stuff. Or if you're interested in being a sponsor, I would love to share what you got going on, and we could partner up and do some cool things. But with that, again, Chris, appreciate your time, my friend, especially coming on short notice. It's cool that you're able to do this because it's a lot more fun than just talking to myself. I know that.
I can imagine. I spend a lot of time talking to myself in the office. It gets old.
I'll come visit you tomorrow. I'm Rover, so we'll come chat. I do have a trainee, but we'll make it happen.
No, we'll leave the trainee in the hallway.
Yeah, go do something. Go find something.
You haven't been around long enough for me to know your name. Stay out there. That's how I was treated as a trainee.
I was the same way. I was never included at anything fun. They're like, "Hey, why are we meeting up later? Awesome, cool. All right, see you tomorrow, kid." It's like, okay, all right. I want to go do fun things, but okay.
Those were the days. You got to earn it, son. Figure it out.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of the Iron Purpose Podcast. Stay sharp, everybody.